Big match tonight. Every game can twist the playoff race. Up first, it's Pipers versus Tigers. A clash loaded with stakes. Pipers know they have to keep winning to stay alive.
It's the first goal of the match for the Pipers.
Tigers need a result to keep their own dream burning.
Once again, flicks this time, but it's gone in.
Two proud teams, one high-pressure contest. Let the fight of sticks begin.
हाई स्टेक्स लिमिटेड मार्जिन्स हीरो हॉकी इंडिया लीग अब उस लेवल पर पहुंच गया है, उस फेज में पहुंच गया है जहां हर टीम को इस चीज का ध्यान रखना होगा। एसजी पाइपर्स और शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स के बीच में पहला मुकाबला खेला जाएगा और दूसरा लैंसर्स और तमिलनाडु ड्रैगन्स के बीच। अब से हर एक मुकाबला हर उस टीम के लिए बहुत ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है जिन्हें शुरुआत में जीत नहीं मिली, और वही दो टीम्स आज दिन का पहला मुकाबला खेलने वाली है। मेरे साथ है संदीप सोमेश, who's been closely watching the games, following the games, और मेरे साथ ग्राउंड पर बहुत ही हिम्मत के साथ गेंद से बचते हुए शोज करते हैं। वेलकम टू द शो।
Tanya, good evening. Thank you, Tanya.
तो बस मैं यही उम्मीद के साथ कि हम गेंद से बचते रहे, मैं आपसे जानना चाहती हूँ एसजी पाइपर्स एंड शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स, एक को 6-0 से मात मिली, एक को 6-1 से मात मिली। माइंडसेट कितना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होता है सर जब आप ऐसी हार के बाद मैच में उतरते हैं?
It's very challenging, no doubt, and especially the way they have lost, conceding 6 goals, both the teams, that's not the way you want to come into this, continue in the tournament. And remember, the Tigers are the defending champions.
Yeah.
So they have taken a blow, and sadly for them, they are as good as out of the tournament. They cannot make it into the knockout. SG Pipers, mathematically, they do have a chance to come through to the top 4, but they will have to play out of the skin. And like you said, I think today is just a mind game, right? The Tigers have absolutely nothing to lose. The Pipers still have something to play for. Yeah, so I just think whoever comes out mentally tougher, who's just put yesterday's game out of their mind, learn from that, I think they're just going to come out on top today.
यही तो खेल की खूबसूरती होती है और एथलीट्स का डिफरेंट माइंडसेट होता है कि आप जानते हैं कि अब चांसेस बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, लेकिन बावजूद उसके यू कम ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड यू गिव योर 200%। पॉइंट्स टेबल एक बार देख लेते हैं। टॉप पर वो टीम बैठी है जिन्होंने 5 मुकाबले में से 4 में जो बिल्कुल समय के भीतर रेगुलेशन टाइम में जीत दर्ज करी है, सिर्फ एक था जिसमें शूट आउट विन रही। HILGC दूसरे नंबर पर है, रांची रॉयल्स तीसरे स्थान पर, हैदराबाद तूफान्स, फिर अकॉर्ड तमिलनाडु ड्रैगन्स, शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स, JSW सुरमा हॉकी क्लब एंड SG पाइपर्स फिलहाल पॉइंट्स टेबल पर सबसे नीचे हैं, सिर्फ एक जीत अपने नाम करी है। दे वुड वांट टू चेंज इट। लेकिन हम जब बात करें परफॉर्मेंसेस की तो इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंसेस में कौन लीड कर रहा है, टॉप गोल स्कोरर्स अब तक इस सीजन के कौन रहे हैं? टॉम बोन है जो 12 गोल्स के साथ टॉप पोजीशन पर बैठे हैं। दूसरे नंबर पर हैं केन रसल जिन्होंने 10 गोल्स लगाए हैं एंड अलेक्जेंडर हेंड्रिक्स जैसे जैसे गेम्स खेल रहे हैं वेदांता कलिंगा लैंसर्स के लिए वो आ रहे हैं धीरे धीरे ऊपर, 7 गोल्स ऑलरेडी लगा चुके हैं।
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Bone is just taking it to a next level and, just took away the Neon Sox from Kane Russell, and Hendricks is now up behind them, right? Just chasing them. So, yes, it's been very, very interesting. And I just feel that we do not have any of the Indian players up there in that bracket. Obviously, there is a lot of work to be done on that area. But, yes, we'll just have to wait and see who's going to walk away with the Neon Sox.
ये भी एक अलग कंपटीशन चल रहा है, कंपटीशन के भीतर। लेकिन अब स्पेसिफिकली बात करते हैं वेदांता कलिंगा लैंसर्स की। देखिए ओवरऑल इस टीम ने अटैकिंग अंदाज में हॉकी खेला और डिफेंस भी अपना बहुत स्ट्रांग रखा है। मैं बॉबी सिंह धामी की बात करूंगी, मेरा थोड़ा सा बायस यहाँ पर है, मेरे उत्तराखंड से आते हैं एंड ही इज बीन डूइंग रियली वेल। 2 असिस्ट उन्होंने बेहतर किए गोल्स के लिए पिछले मुकाबले में।
Absolutely, I mean what a game we had last evening. It was 2 great assists and the way he actually spun around Rupinder Pal in the last quarter. I mean that was absolute treat to watch. And for somebody who's so young. He has not been overawed by the situation. He has not been overawed by playing with the foreigners. He has just stood tall and delivered whenever he was called upon to. I think he was an absolute treat to play yesterday. The 2 assists that he set up for his good friend that he calls Cooper Burns, I mean, just amazing. He's just had a good run in the tournament. One of the few Indians, I think, who has stood up and put his hand up to get counted.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है जो आप इंडियन टैलेंट की बात कर रहे थे, बॉबी सिंह धामी उसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं बहुत अच्छे स्तर पर, लेकिन नाम अलेक्जेंडर हेनरिक्स का, देखिए एक खिलाड़ी अच्छा होता है और एक खिलाड़ी होता है कंसिस्टेंटली अच्छा. That's what he's been doing for the team.
Yeah, and that's what's making the Lancers such a difficult team to beat. Right, everybody has been consistent in their performance, be it Arthur at the back or Antoine Keenan midfield and Hendricks. They're all doing the bit. And I mean, in a competition of this magnitude, consistency is the key. You cannot have one good day and then let your game drop. And that is what Hendricks has done so well through the tournament, and that's why he is performing the way he is.
बस यही करना है, कंसिस्टेंटली इसी तरह से परफॉर्म करना है. लेकिन जो आज का मुकाबला है एसजी पाइपर्स और शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स के बीच में, जैसे सर ने कहा, ये दिमाग का भी बहुत ज़्यादा गेम है. आपको गिव अप नहीं करना है और अंत तक अपना देना है 200%. इट्स टाइम फॉर अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक. वील बी बैक.
Actually, yes, last match was a hard defeat. We know that tomorrow and Sunday we have 2 very important games if we want to reach playoff. So we are very focused on the next 2 matches. I think they are a very structured team. I think they are doing very good in defense. And I think they have a very good PCA, penalty corner attack. So I think we need to be smart on the way of playing. I think in defense we making a lot of mistakes. I think we also in the PCD we are not performing well. And I think to win you need to do good in PCD. At the moment we are not doing good. So I think that is one of the biggest things to improve toward the next matches.
Losing 3 out of 5 is not the way we wanted it to go, but I think looking at the schedule, looking at the standings, every team can beat every team. It looks like that, so I think we're still in the race. France play a really good game of hockey in the Hockey India League. They maybe play the best hockey, to be aware of how they play, how they play structurally. But I think we can beat anyone here, so I'm very looking forward because they're a really good team. Yeah, I mean, Bhubaneswar has always been a great place to play hockey at because it's a big stadium. It's always got good crowds as well. And winning the World Cup here was obviously the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, it's definitely got a special place in our heart.
My name is Rajinder Singh. And I'm playing from Hyderabad Tufans as a midfielder. Really great for me. It was a really great lesson for me that helped me in this Indian team career as well. Now we are here to play another season of HEL, and hopefully we'll play this as a very good. Some of very good players of foreign are in our team. I learned a lot of things from them. Those things are really helpful for me. Our team structure and the way we play and the way we bond with each other, I think that is really special in our team.
दिन का पहला पहला मुकाबला शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स और एसजी पाइपर्स के बीच खेला जाएगा। दोनों टीम्स वापसी करना चाहेंगी। एसजी पाइपर्स स्पेसिफिकली अगर हम इस टीम की बात करें तो आप बहुत ज़्यादा गोल्स कंसीड कर रहे हैं। डिफेंस जो स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें परेशानियां रही हैं, उनसे ज़रूर आगे बढ़कर इस मुकाबले में उतरना चाहेंगे क्योंकि टिल द एंड यू कांट गिव अप। सामने है शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स। इसके लिए तो जो पिछला मुकाबला रहा है वो ज़रूर चाहेंगे कि इसको भुलाओ जब इस मैदान पर उतरे, क्योंकि 6-0 से हार मिली है। दोनों टीम्स कुछ एक तरह के फॉर्च्यून्स अभी अपने साथ लेकर आई हैं संदीप सर, लेकिन मैं स्पेसिफिकली एसजी पाइपर्स की बात करती हूँ। डिफेंस में क्या जो स्ट्रक्चरिंग है उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है दैट दे नीड टू सॉर्ट?
Tanya, if you look at yesterday's game, it's not just the SG Pipers, it is also the Tigers.
Yeah.
Right? Both have conceded 6 goals. Right now, what happens in defense? I've always believed you have to play with a very solid, compact defense if you want to win a match. You have to keep your defense tight and then go into attack. Are they playing a zonal defensive formation? Are you playing a man-to-man marking defensive formation? When do you switch from zonal to man-to-man? And how are you in the D? I mean, all these things were lost in both the teams yesterday. I mean, in the D when you're defending, as a defender, you have to be first on the ball. We didn't see that happen as often as it needs to happen as a defender. And the transition from a zonal marking to a man-to-man marking, which area do you play zonal? Which area do you play man-to-man? You know, I think those were things that had to be worked on. And for both the teams, I think they lacked that. And the Tigers, with Altenbach, he's so known to go into attack. Right? And I just think they will have to again restructure their defenses, both the teams, if they want to, you know, make today's match count.
Exactly. जो आपने बात करी उनके गोलकीपर से भी जब बात हुई थी पिछले मैच से पहले, तो उन्होंने कहा था टॉमस सैंटियागो ने कि हमारे पेनल्टी कॉर्नर डिफेंस पर हमको काम करने की ज़रूरत है। लेकिन अब बात करते हैं उस खिलाड़ी की जो समझते हैं कि एक एक परफॉर्मेंस इस फेज में कितना ज़्यादा वेट कैरी करती है। शमशेर सिंह फ्रॉम एसजी पाइपर्स क्या कह रहे हैं इस मुकाबले से पहले? लेट्स हियर हिम।
शमशेर, इस सीजन में आपकी टीम के 175 प्लस सर्कल पेनिट्रेशन रहे हैं, अटैक तो बन रहे हैं लेकिन गोल स्कोरिंग में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहे, क्या रीज़न है उसका?
वही हमने हर मैच के बाद हम डीब्रीफ करते हैं कि सर्कल पेनिट्रेशन जो मिडफील्ड से स्ट्राइकर तक का पास है वो काफ़ी अच्छा जा रहा है, बट हमारे जो डीब्रीफ में आया कि स्ट्राइकर टू स्ट्राइकर पास हमें और थोड़ा देखने पड़ेंगे ताकि हमारे स्ट्राइकर्स आपस में कनेक्ट हो सकें और फिनिशिंग हमारा अच्छा हो सके। और जो पीसी पे हैं, हमें पीसी भी काफ़ी हम कर रहे हैं, बट उसको कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा, इसीलिए वो भी हमने डीब्रीफ किया है और आज के मैच में हम अच्छा करेंगे।
ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द मैच।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
शमशेर ने क्लियरली बात करी, वो कहते हैं ना कि प्लान आपका सॉर्टेड होना चाहिए। हम डिफेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने कहा हम ज़्यादा अटैक की तरफ देखेंगे कि हम गोल ज़्यादा स्कोर करें, पहले लीड ले लेंगे।
Well, see, it's I still believe, you know, they are going with the concept that we will score one more than we concede. Right, so that becomes a challenge. But yes, having said that, they need to get the goals up front. I just think the link between the midfield to the forwards is not happening as well as it needs to happen for the SG Pipers, and I think that's where they are lacking out, not creating enough chances in the D and making that count.
शाची बंगाल टाइगर्स, उनके सामने भी बहुत सारे सवाल होंगे। उनका जो मिडफील्ड है उसमें ज़्यादा एनर्जी क्रिएट करने की ज़रूरत है ऐसा लगता है, और कॉम्पैक्ट रहनी चाहिए डिफेंडिंग के टाइम पे, क्योंकि जब आप 6 गोल्स की बात करते हो और आपकी तरफ से एक भी गोल नहीं लगाया, दैट्स व्हाट यू नीड टू डू।
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is going to be a challenge for them, you know, especially to come back after yesterday's game and see how they're going to, you know, rally up and make a game out of this. And like I said, you know, they are virtually out of the tournament, so they play for pride and play to win now.
क्योंकि डिफेंडिंग चैंपियंस है, ऑब्वियसली दे वुड वांट कि हम जो टूर्नामेंट है खत्म हो रहा है और हाई खत्म करें, और जब आप ऐसे क्रूशियल मुकाबले के लिए उतरते हैं, कैप्टन का रोल बहुत ज़्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है। वो क्या सोच रहे हैं इस मुकाबले से पहले, जुगराज सिंह, सुन लेते हैं।
जुगराज, पिछला आपका मुकाबला एसजी पाइपर्स का मुकाबला, ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर रिजल्ट वहाँ पे नज़र आया था, तो आज के मुकाबले में क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस है?
जी काफ़ी लास्ट मैच में भी काफ़ी मिस्टेक्स हुई है जो आज के मैच में नहीं होगी, और देखा जाए तो जो हमारे लास्ट ईयर में हमारे पीसी बहुत कन्वर्ट हुए थे और इस बार पीसी कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहे, और आज का मैच हम जरूर जीतेंगे क्योंकि आज का मैच जीतना हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है।
और इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे, क्योंकि पिछले साल आपने 12 गोल कुल मिला के किए थे, इस बार शायद वो लय नहीं नज़र आ रही।
जी बिल्कुल, कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बाकी अपना 100% दे रहे हैं, कोशिश करेंगे जितने भी आज पीसी मिले वो जरूर हम कन्वर्ट करें और अपना 100% दें और आज का मैच हम जरूर जीतें।
ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द मैच।
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
उन्होंने कहा कि पिछले सीजन हम पीसीस को कन्वर्ट कर रहे थे, वो कन्वर्जन जो गोल्स का था उसमें हम सक्सेसफुल थे, इस सीजन वो नहीं हो रहा है। clear.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what happens with the penalty conversion is there are so many things that come into play. One is the injection, the speed of the injection, and the direction of the injection. Now, if all these things, fall in place, it becomes so much easier for the drag flicker to execute his drag flick. The moment the ball is not fast enough or the direction is not right, the stopper has to move. And I think we have seen that happen more often this time around. And also, like I said last time, likes of Jugraj had Rupinder Pal with him in the last edition, where he gave him a lot of guidance on how to go about the penalty corners. Probably he's just missing that. And yes, penalty corners is a crucial weapon to have. And with the likes of Jugraj, if you're not able to convert, then I guess you will end up on the losing side.
Sir, now time आप अपना weapon इस्तेमाल करें अपने guessing game में. Who's winning today?
I just think the Tigers have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So they're just going to come all guns, blazing now. Yeah.
Thank you so much. एक चीज़ की गारंटी है कि दोनों टीम्स जिनको पिछले मुकाबले में वो हार मिली थी जो कि disappointing थी, उनमें से एक आज जीत के साथ जाएगी. Shrachi Bengal Tigers, SG Pipers, live action coming up soon.
Actually, yes, last match was a hard defeat. We know that tomorrow and Sunday we have two very important games if we want to reach playoff. So we are very focused on the next two matches. I think they are a very structured team. I think they are doing very good in defense. And I think they have a very good PCA, penalty corner attack. So I think we need to be smart on the way of playing. I think in defense we making a lot of mistakes. I think we also in the PCD we are not performing well. And I think to win you need to do good in PCD. At the moment we are not doing good. So I think that is one of the biggest things to improve toward the next matches.
Losing 3 out of 5 is not the way we wanted it to go, but I think looking at the schedule, looking at the standings, every team can beat every team. It looks like that, so I think we're still in the race. France play a really good game of hockey in the Hockey India League. They maybe play the best hockey, to be aware of how they play, how they play structurally. But I think we can beat anyone here, so I'm very looking forward because they're a really good team. Yeah, I mean, Bhubaneswar has always been a great place to play hockey at because it's a big stadium. It's always got good crowds as well. And winning the World Cup here was obviously the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, it's definitely got a special place in our heart.
My name is Rajinder Singh. And I'm playing from Hyderabad Tufans as a midfielder. Really great for me. It was a really great lesson for me that helped me in this Indian team career as well. Now we are here to play another season of HEL, and hopefully we'll play this as a very good. Some of very good players of foreign are in our team. I learned a lot of things from them. Those things are really helpful for me. Our team structure and the way we play and the way we bond with each other, I think that is really special in our team.
A very good evening from the Kalinga Hockey Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Again, we've got 2 games coming up for you today, and again, they are must-win games for the teams competing if they have any chance of making it through to the top 4 and the finals. First up will be the SG Pipers, who mathematically can make it. The big question is, can they get the results? They've just got to win every single game. Shirachi Bengal Tigers, well, they're unlikely to make it, and so they are just playing for pride today. It's a lovely day here in Bhubaneswar, 27 degrees, it's not too hot. The humidity, well, I didn't really notice, it's 34%, nothing to worry about. And again, there is absolutely no breeze whatsoever. The flags are just stationary on the flagpoles on the far side of the ground. There is not even the slightest breeze. The players just finishing their warm-up down below us. And it's going to be crucial for the Tigers that they try and finish on a high. Bokhard has been consistent throughout for them. Abhishek as well has been really good when he's linked up with Sukhjit in the forward line. And those two, if they can just get it right at international level, well, India have got a real strike force. And then, of course, Jarmanpreet has been trying to marshal his troops at the Pipers. And the big question is, can they get the result tonight and just keep their dream alive? Look at the league table. You'll see the Pipers are bottom, but they've played 5. They've got 2 games to go. So they can get another 6 points, which would move them to 10. And it just will depend on the other results. The Tigers, though, you feel they can only get to 9. And with the Tufans and Dragons with games in hand, you feel that they should make the top 4. But a win tonight, well, who knows? They could hang in there, but I think the feeling is that they won't make it. Here are the games coming up as we look for the Pipers. As we said, they're in last spot at the moment, and they play today against the Tigers, and then their last game is against JSW Surma. That's in 3 days' time. And then the Lancers, well, I think that's the wrong graphic. Yeah, that's the graphic we're after. The Bengal Tigers, again, after that 6-0 defeat, they'll want to just finish on a high in this, their last match against the Pipers. Well, it is a dusky evening here. The light beginning to fade here in Bhubaneswar. The lights are on. They have just come on, and the crowd is still coming into the stadium. And again, it's good to see we've got a lot of the school children from a certain school. There they all are again. And they were here last night supporting the hockey and having a good time. Some of them showing off their dancing skills as well. Tom Bone is still the leading goal scorer at the moment for the Ranchi Royals. Not in action today. Kane Russell, well, he's got 10, closing in, trying to reclaim the neon socks. Hendricks will be playing later tonight, and can he close the gap on those two? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Thomas Domine, I'm sure, would want to lift from 5 if he can. Well, we're going to go pitch side now to hear from both of the coaches, Tim Udenala of the Pipers, followed by Valentin Altenberg of the Tigers.
Tim, your team is left with 2 matches in this league, and you have to win both of them if you want to be there in the contention. So how exactly is going to be your approach in this match and the upcoming as well?
First of all, we only approached this match because we didn't play well the last 2. We just want to win today. That's the only thing what we win, we want, and we just expect.
And what went wrong yesterday?
A lot. We played first couple of minutes. We played good, but unforced errors, some stupid mistakes. We spoke a lot about it. We made, and that kills us yesterday. So it won't happen again.
All the best for the match.
Thank you.
Valentin, what was meant to happen has happened, and today is your last match in the league. The max you can get is to 9 points. So what is going to be your approach?
Yeah, so since we lacked a lot of focus last night, we really leave that behind as quickly as possible. Focus on today's match, focus on our game, because it is the last game of the season for us. So we will put everything into it and show also ourselves that we can be stronger.
All the best for the match.
Thank you very much.
There we heard from both the coaches. Now we go pitch side for the toss of the coin.
Namaskar, Bhubaneswar. It's toss time for the match between SG Pipers and Shirachi Bengal Tigers. मेरे साथ हैं दोनों captains, Jugraj and Jarmanpreet, along with the on-field umpires. And it's time to flip the coin. You won the toss? Yeah, you tell me. Yeah, you tell me.
I will just play.
Yeah, the Tigers have won the toss and they will start the play.
Jugraj successful with the toss once again, and he has opted for his team to start with the ball, as many of the teams have done throughout this competition. No great surprise there. Well, I'm Ashley Morrison, and looking forward to sharing all of the action with you tonight. And alongside me, once again, is former Asian Games gold medalist Sandeep Somesh.
Good evening, Ashley. Good evening to our viewers, wherever you might be. Yes, a game of mental toughness would this be, Ashley?
I think it's also a game of just seeing the job through, isn't it, for the Tigers, and trying to finish on a high as the ball boys come running out down below us. The umpires should be out soon, but those young ladies are just getting good selfies on the sideline. There's another one. You can smile in a selfie. I'm sure they will later when the teams come out and the action gets underway. But certainly there is plenty to play for the Pipers today. Both teams conceding 6 goals last night. Both of them having conceded 6 goals twice in the Hero Hockey India League 2026. So they would want to do better than that today. Or who knows, we might have a 6-all draw. The umpires making their way out now. David Tomlinson of New Zealand and NS Dixit from India. And I can tell you that the video umpire tonight is Kunvan Bunga from the Netherlands. So they take up their position, I think, not quite on halfway. And now the players due to make their way out. The two captains, Jugraj and Jarmanpreet, lead their respective teams out. Through the fireworks they come, and they will take up their positions across the centre of the field. And once again, we will wait for them to take their positions. And once they're in position, the ground announcer will introduce each of the players individually to the crowd, and we will keep quiet while they do so.
Starchy Bengal Tigers. Jersey number 31, team captain Jugraj Singh. 1, James Carr. 3, Ketan Kushwaha. 5, Abhishek. 7, Ajinkya Jadhav. 9, Jaskaran Singh. 10, Affan Yusuf. 11, Gautier Bokar. 12, Parmod. 14, Tommy Willems. 15, Atul Deep. 17, Christopher Rule. 18, Vivek Lakra. 19, Enrique Gonzalez. 20, Pankaj Rawat. 24, Sean Finlay. 27, Gursevak Singh. 34, Sukhjit Singh. 50, Tom Grambush. 59, Pradhan. Introducing the team, SG Pipers. Jersey number 4, team captain Jarmanpreet Singh. 1, Thomas Santiago. 2, Kingston Singh. 3, Rupinder Pal. 5, Bram Van Batu. 6, Jake Draper. 9, Roman Ducott. 10, Thomas Domini. 12, Saurabh Anand. 13, Aditya Lalge. 15, Ankit Pal. 16, Pavan. 17, Varun Kumar. 18, Gareth Furlong. 20, Kai Willett. 21, Shamsher Singh. 22, Dilraj Singh. 23, Rohit. 25, Rajkumar Pal. 49, Manjit.
Well, the Dignitaries about to make their way out now onto the field of play. And tonight I can tell you that we have Mr. KV Singh Dio, Honourable Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, Mr. Sachin Ramchandra Jadhav, the Commissioner cum Secretary of Sports and Youth Services Department of the Government of Odisha, Mr. Dilip Kumar Turkey, the President of Hockey India, Mr. Digvijay Singh Dio, Vice President of the SG Pipers, Ms. Sunit Lakra, Olympian, and they're being escorted by Mr. B.N. Bhushan, Director of Hockey India. And of course, Dilip Turkey, the President of Hockey India, Sandeep, a former teammate of yours.
Yeah, and what a player he has been for India. It's been an absolute privilege and honor playing alongside him during the 90s.
Did you ever think he'd be the president of the Federation, or Hockey India as it is today?
Well, to tell you the truth, as a player, was a very quiet, silent boy, kept to himself. But what he has achieved today as the president of Hockey India and the work he has brought to the game, well, it has been just incredible.
And Manpreet is one cap away from equaling Dilip Turkey's 412. How do you think he'd feel if Manpreet went past him?
Well, I'm not sure he'd feel bad about it, but I think he'll just be proud that a player from his country has done one better than him.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as a man that is precious about records, that he just wants the game to thrive. As we see the various dignitaries making their way slowly to the end of the line for the SG Pipers. And once they get to the end, they will take up their position alongside the team as we prepare for the national anthem of India. And the announcer will ask everyone inside the stadium to rise to their feet.
We now request everyone to please stand for the national anthem. आप सभी से गुजारिश है, कृपया भारत के राष्ट्रीय गान के लिए खड़े हो जाएं और साथ गाएं।
The national anthem comes to an end, and Sandeep, a lot of ex-players have told me that is the best moment, when you're standing out there and you hear your national anthem. Is that the one you miss?
Absolutely, Ashley, and it's even more sweeter when you're standing on the victory podium and listening to the national anthem with a medal around your neck. Nothing matches that.
Oh, I can imagine that. I've never been there, and I probably never will be now at my age. As we turn our attention to the team lineups, and Pawan will start under the bar for the SG Pipers. Furlong and Draper will be in defence, with Jarmanpreet attacking down the right-hand side, Rambam Batam on the left. Adiche Lage has had a really good tournament. Shamshir Singh really came into his own last night. Rajkumar Pal, again, they will be crucial in the midfield if they can link up with Thomas Domine, Dilraj Singh and Kai Willett, who is always lively and causing teams problems. Look out for Rohit coming off the bench along with Rupinder Pal in defence, and Roman Duvakot will also add something in attack for the SG Pipers. Well, those who are starting the game in one final huddle with the substitutes as well.
Quick look at the Bengal Tigers. Jamie Carr will start in the goal. The back four, Pradhan Puwana, Jugaraj Singh, Tom Grambush and Gautier Bokard. In the midfield, Jaskaran Singh, Sean Finlay and Afan Youssef. Up front, Abhishek, Christopher Rohr and Sukhjit Singh. Coming off the bench, look out for Tommy Williams, Enrique Gonzalez and Gursewak Singh.
Yeah, Gursewak, you feel, is due a goal. He's threatened so much, and in fact hasn't actually had one so far in the Hero Hockey India League. There's Tim Udanala, the coach of the SG Pipers. Very clear in his instructions, his team need to win. Valentin Altenberg, well, his team would like to finish with a win, to finish on a high. Moved across from the Lancers and to the Tigers this year, the defending champions. Pawan As we said, we'll stand under the bar, and Jamie Carr for the Tigers. So the Tigers won't defend their title.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
And the whistle goes, and Christopher Ruhr for the Tigers gets us underway. Comes wide early to Puvana. And good work being done. That was really good by Dilraj, not allowing the pass to be made back into the defensive line. Jaskaran, though, carries it up the flank for the Tigers. Trying to cut infield is Sukhjit, gets the free hit, plays on quickly. Abhishek gets a deflection, and Pawan has to make the save. So Sukhjit now from the sideline for the Tigers. Positive start by them, comes back to Puvana again. Goes back to Grambush. Jugraj to Bokhard on the left-hand side. Just something you mentioned in the pre-game, Sandeep, about Rupinder Pal helping Jugraj. I know Jugraj doesn't speak a great deal of English. I presume it would be difficult for him to pick up much from Grambush playing alongside him this year.
Yeah, he was very clear, was he not, Jugraj, when we'll come back to that after this move.
Draper has taken it away from the Tigers.
Well, he's been very open about Jugraj, how much Rupinder did help him in the last season, and that is why he was a top goal scorer, Jugraj. Just doesn't seem to find that rhythm this time around.
No, and it's interesting how you talk to so many players, and they talk about the likes of Rupinder, Lalit, and Srijesh, who've helped those younger players. As the ball comes forward from Bram van Batum, into the circle it goes. It's a long corner off the stick of Grambush. Kai Willett was hoping it was going to be a penalty corner. It's with Willett now, plays it to the baseline. Good work by Domine. Domine edging his way forward, still comes back to him. Into the pads of Carr it went, and it's good work by Bokhard to carry it out of the circle. Wants the free hit off Shamshir. Shamshir saying it was off the face of his stick.
Did well, ensuring he didn't get his foot in the way. Got it on a stick.
And the Tigers were trying to mount a quick counter-attack there. Sukhjit again, going one way then the other. Draper sticks with him, concedes the free hit, and Sukhjit, I think, got a bit of a knock there and was wanting an apology. Bokhard carries it towards the circle. Good pass to Abhishek. Abhishek turns brilliantly, but that's a really good tackle coming from Shamshir to take it away for the Tigers. Sorry, the Pipers.
Yeah, beautifully done by Shamshir. His stick was flat on the ground. He was crouching. Just what you need to do in defense. Abhishek with a little spin, one side, then the other. Beautifully brought out.
Shamshir, I believe, who's on the ball now, is the first player from Atari to ever play for India from that exact place. So that's something no one will ever be able to take away from him. And a special honour. 111 caps he's had for India. Jugraj now. Comes back to Jugraj once again. Puvana wide. And Ruhr couldn't keep that one in play.
The direction of the ball from Puvana. Ruhr had to do a lot to keep that in play.
Shamshir again. Goes back to Bram van Batum. Draper. Down the line, a good deflection from Jarmanpreet. Cutting in from the flank, lovely run that time. And there's the opening goal. And it's Dilraj that gets it for the Pipers. That was a lovely team goal, all the way from defence into the backboard.
Dilraj in a great position, was he inside the D. And how well was that played? Jarmanpreet with the ball played down the line. And look at that for the run, right through the central defence of the Tigers. The Tigers' defence got napping again. That is not an angle from which you would want to concede a goal.
Well, it was another really good run from Aditya Lage, who gets the applause from team players on the bench. But 4th minute, it is the Pipers that take the lead, and Dilraj, who's threatened so often, gets the goal for them. Just his 2nd goal. He got one in the first game against HILGC.
Well deserved by Dilraj, like you said. Actually, he's been playing hard, a very high work rate.
Yes, indeed, as the Tigers make their way forward now, thrown to the air, took a deflection, and he was certainly far enough ahead. Bram van Batum. Sukji's complaining, but there was at least 5 meters between Bram van Batum and Sukji. So well played by the Dutchman. Jarmanpreet held up by Gursawat. Come wide now. Took a pass from Atuldeep. Draper just calming things down. Jarmanpreet again, just going infield. Certainly the Pipers seeming a lot more patient tonight.
And look, a very different team from yesterday, the Pipers. Not really forcing the ball, content keeping possession.
Domine finds Dilraj, was closed down by Jugraj. Dilraj though, good pace from him. He's trying to feed that one in, you could see, to Domine, but it was just a little bit behind him.
Just thought he played the ball when Domine wasn't in a position to receive it.
And that's a great ball through. Gursawak now faced with Pawan, coming back, trying to steal it. Good defence from Bram van Batum, and helped out, and over the sideline it goes. Sukji comes across to take it quickly, plays on. Nice pass to Gonzalez. And just pulling away from trouble that time was Pankaj Rawat. Now it's Grambush on the left-hand side. Willems holds it up, wins a free hit. No, he doesn't. Good defensive work again being done by the Pipers. Nice turn of direction there from Surab. Surab keeps possession though for the Pipers. Back to Draper.
Draper telling them to just keep it slow and retain possession. We did see him signal to his players.
Michael Draper started his hockey at Gwent Hockey Club and then moved to Preston when he went to the Rossall School. Cuts infield now. Good work again being done, that time by Surab. In the corner. Had to come out of that spot. It was a little bit crammed for Raman Duvakot. Square it goes this time from Ankit Pal. Draper helps it out onto the right-hand side. Comes back to him again. Gursawak looks to close him down. Furlong keeps it in play, and up the side he went, finding Kingston. Kingston though forced to go backwards. Draper once more. It's a good press from the Tigers.
Good press from the Tigers, but a lovely play from the SG Pipers. Very content in rotating the ball and waiting for the strikers to create some space up front.
They've turned it over now. And a chance to go on the attack. Christopher Ruhr on halfway, dropped the ball behind, looking for Gonzalez, but in the end it ran all the way through to Pankaj Rawat. Jaskaran. Raman Duvakot wanting the free hit, nothing doing, and Ruhr unfortunately can't keep the ball inside.
Jaskaran with a quick pull back, but just couldn't keep his footing.
For once more. Nice to say, the crowd still continuing to make their way into the stadium. Draper throws it high out onto the right-hand side. Willett brings it down, but he's been penalised. I think the feeling was it might have brushed his body on the way down. They've got it back. Nice turn now for Shamsher. He's got space to advance in. Pushes it wide. Good work by Duvakot. Duvakot into the circle, and a penalty corner won by him.
Samshir finding space on the right and playing it to Duwakot. Duwakot, good strong run along the baseline. Just the defensive work again from the Tigers. You do not want to concede a penalty corner in that fashion. Nasty tackle from Pramod, penalty corner to the Pipers.
First penalty corner for the Pipers. They've won the fourth, or conceded the fourth most penalty corners, but 5 from 29, 17% conversion rate. Last year they scored, it was 8 from 56 last year, so much better percentage this time around. So Furlong is at the first battery, and they go to Gareth Furlong. Good running by the first runner. That was Parmod doing good work.
Good charge right in the line of fire, taking it on his foot. Pipers with a second chance on the penalty corner.
So Furlong at the first battery, Shamsha at the second. I'm sure they'll go to Furlong again, and they do. He gets it away quicker this time, but it was a good save by Carr. Brought down top of the circle, and wanting the free hit is Kai Willett. And has a quiet word with Bocard about that challenge, and that's still going on. Yep, they're still arguing about it. Bocard now pointing the finger.
Going to the left of JB Carr. The save had to be made, it was made. And that is more than just a conversation.
Well, it's the second time we've seen Bocard getting involved, and a penalty corner is now being given against the Tigers.
Okay, first tackle I was okay with, the second one not even close. Big tackle.
Well, it just seems to me that Bocard's come into this game with a little bit of frustration. Oh yeah, you could see that was a nasty challenge on Willett's fingers.
It was first a push and then Bocard with the challenge on Willett. But the Pipers with the third penalty corner.
And they add to their tally. Furlong and Shamsha line up again at the top of the circle. Carr marshalling his troops on his goal line. Roman Duvakot to inject. I wonder whether they'll go with a variation. Slight shift to the left and off the postman. It was good work this time done by Raj Kumapal.
Like a leg glance that was played out. Trying to force the ball into the SG Pipers. Tigers with space on the right.
And a great brisk attack coming from Abhishek. And Abhishek wins a free hit just outside the circle for the Tigers. As we see the VIPs, Abhishek just plays it back out this time to Rajkumar Pal. It's a misdirected pass. It'll be picked up with ease by Surab. And it does feel already, we're only in the first quarter with 5 minutes to go. There's a fair amount of niggle in this game.
Yeah, there is a little bit of undercurrent, is there not, between the players.
I just wonder whether some of that is the Tigers, who of course defending champions, would have expected to be challenging for the trophy again. It's just not happened for them this year, and I just wonder whether they've just had trouble gelling in the new players. Ruhr is one of those players who came in. Afan now into the circle. Afan Yusuf lost his footing, and that just gave them a chance for Jarmanpreet to just step out and steal it away. Domine now into the midfield to Kai Willett.
Jarmanpreet did it very cleverly, I thought, in the D. Ensuring to dispossess Sukhjit.
Kai Willett held up on halfway. I was looking this morning actually at the players, so I think Gonzalez came in for Dokier, Ruhr for Van Albel, Rambush for Tim Cross, and Willems for Hayden Belts. So 4 new foreign players. And there are a few changes to the Indians as here come the SG Pipers. Good pass again. And the shot, oh, it's deflected to Carr. It's going to be buried that time. Dilraj gets a second. He was in the perfect spot as Raj Kumar Pal's shot was deflected straight to him.
What a run that was yet again from the SG Pipers from the right flank. The Tigers have referred
check
this.
if it was a back stick. One moment, please.
So we're checking to see if there's a back stick. That might be.
David? Yeah. I have advice for you. It was a back stick. So the Tigers keep the referral.
So no goal for the Pipers. A back stick from Raj Kumapal's initial effort.
Then again a cause of concern for the Tigers defense. This is the second time the ball has just come into the D. A lot of ease from the right.
And credit to Dilraj, look at him pants there, and he'll be frustrated. Over the top it goes. Tommy Willems brings it under control. Into the circle he goes. Draper comes back and appeals for the free hit and gets it.
Good defensive work from Draper. Make sure he did not get his foot in the way. Just brought it out.
It's lifted out of defence, but Afan Youssef gets it under control. Faced with Duvakot, goes into Sean Finlay, the New Zealander. Finlay, one of the few with Bocard still remaining of the foreign contingent at the Tigers. It goes from Puvana to Jugraj. Oh, a nice little shimmy there from Sukhjit, just to try and throw the defender who slipped this time. It was Duvakot. Puvana now gets to the baseline, goes on to the reverse. Short pass finds Sukhjit. Sukhjit in turn finds Abhishek. Abhishek beats one defender, looked to square it. Great defence inside the circle again. I think that was Shamsha once more.
Abhishek did well. I thought he was hemmed down. Just came around Jarmanpreet and trying to play it across the face of the goal towards the penalty spot area. But great defensive work by the Pipers.
Yeah, Shamsha anticipating that one again. Last couple of games, I think Shamsha's really stood up for the Pipers. Goes wide now to Christopher Ruhr. Tries to get the better of Jarmanpreet. He pulls away from him. Top of the circle, Ruhr will shoot, and it's just wide. Much to Pawan's relief.
And had the ball just being hit from outside the D, would like to have a look at that again, but nevertheless going wide. Ruhr was inside the D, but his last touch, I thought, was from outside, but going wide.
On the replay, it looked like it might have been just outside. I think he took it in, and then with the curve of the circle, it went back out. And then the control well that time by Aditya Lage. Stolen away brilliantly by Bocard. Bocard squares it to Gonzalez, top of the circle. He's trying to get it for a shot, and it's a miscommunication. Are they going to refer this? There's talk, but I don't think they will.
Just that was beautiful work from Bocard, the way he picked up that ball and set up Enrique. Closed down well, just trying to find Sukhjit. Sukhjit not in the right position to receive that ball.
He's received this ball. Sukhjit now looking for an avenue forward, feeds it to Christopher Ruhr. Ruhr throws it in the air. Afan will bring that down. He drills it towards goal. Pawan saves, and it went into the feet of Afan. Held up by Dilraj. Dilraj managed to turn Bocard, who conceded the free hit. Now over the top it goes to Duvakot. Can he keep it in play? He will. His first touch will frustrate him because a good touch and he was straight in. And this time he's been penalised.
Beautiful counter-attack from the SD Pipers with that aerial ball. Duvakot just not able to bring that ball down.
Thrown over the top now, looking for the run from Gursawak, but unfortunately just kicked off the turf away from him. And that may well be the last play of this first quarter. There goes the hooter, and it is indeed the end of the first quarter. And it is the Pipers who have the lead. This was the great chance by Afan. Pawan saves, and it comes straight back to Afan. I think Jarmanpreet's little touch just got it onto the foot of Afan, which was unfortunate. Valentin Altenberg coming out, congratulating his players, but at the first break, it is Shrachi Bengal Tigers 0, SG Pipers 1. Take a look at the highlights now, and it was the Tigers that got us underway. Sukhjit with an early run and deflected by Abhishek, but a good save by Pawan. Domine then along the baseline, looked to lay it back, but it was good defence and superb play by Bokar to dribble it out of the circle. This was a brilliant run by Aditya Lage, and he set up Dilraj, who on the reverse managed to beat Jamie Carr and open the scoring in just the 4th minute. Dubakot, well, he won a penalty corner, and it looked promising. Furlong flicked, but it was just wide of the mark, and he was frustrated. And this was again the Pipers coming forward, and unfortunately Rajkumar Pal's ball into the circle was referred, and it was rubbed out as being a goal because of a backstick. In the final minute, it was Christopher Ruhr who broke forward and had a shot that Pawan saw go past his left hand upright. The Tigers coming back out for the second quarter. So to the Pipers. Jamie Carr, I think, talking to his defenders, just wanting them to be a little bit tighter in front of him.
There were a couple of occasions on the SG Pipers from the right flank. I thought it was Aditya on both occasions just cut into the central defensive area of Tigers with open space, and that is something they would want to cut out, the Tigers.
And it is the Tigers that get the second quarter underway in their final match of the Hero Hockey India League 2026. Comes back to Jugraj, square to Grambush. Jugraj again. Comes wide to Puvana, closed down very quickly by Thomas Domine, but Puvana did well cutting infield. Found Sukhjit and was trying to play a clever little pass back to him, but it found the foot of Bram Van Batum.
Puvana did well. He did not find space on the right, so just chose to go inward. Try to link up with Sukhjit.
Wide it goes on the left-hand side. Back to Grambush. Finlay pulls wide now. Thrown into space, and there was obviously a call coming that time from Afan. Afan out there. Sukhjit, I think. Free hit though. Tommy Willems over the ball. Kai Willett went out to close him down. The ball played back to Grambush. Jugraj now. Look at the work from Dilraj to close him down. And then Dilraj available as Shamsher clears. Jugraj trying to just poke the ball away, and Dilraj, yeah, he did use his body there to prevent Jugraj being able to make a tackle.
He just kept the ball between him and Jugraj, using his body to shield.
Well, Thomas Domine has just picked up a green card, so he is going to have a couple of minutes on the side. Said something to the umpire. So, clear advantage now for the Tigers. Can they make it count? Jaskaran feeds it to Jugraj. Back to Grambush it goes again. Thrown in the air, brought down by Puvana inside the circle. He tries to turn. Brilliant tackle again. That was really determined tackling from Rajkumar Pal. There is Thomas Domine.
Puvana did well to bring down the aerial ball, but just thought the choice of direction was lacking in that. Pipers now with an attack.
It is Kai Willett with a really good run, just played over the baseline. It'll be a long corner to the Pipers.
Beautiful 3D skills, lifted the ball and just pulled it away.
That time lifted forward, nobody. It was actually a deflection up off the Tigers stick. Shamsher over the ball. Goes back to Draper. Tigers look to come out and close down. Early quick pass from Ram Van Batten. And Shamsher just lost it. And now there's a chance for Gonzalez to come down the flank. Look at the willing running again from Sukhjit. Helps it forward into the path of Abhishek. There's not anyone in front of him, so tried to play it speculatively into the run of Sukhjit.
Sukhjit still had two defenders in front of him.
Gonzalez now trying to get the better of Draper's got a free hit just outside the circle. Once again, Pincer movement closing in that time by the Pipers defensively. Comes back to Grambush. Bocard will receive on the left-hand side. He comes in from the flank, gives it straight back to Grambush. Grambush now, it's a little lift by him. Brought down by Abhishek. Abhishek trying to get inside the circle, wanted a free hit. Are they going to refer this, or have they been given the free hit? I think they have got the free hit they were after now. So Abhishek's short pass by him. It's into the circle, looking to lay it back to Abhishek. Back to, oh, unfortunately it goes wide.
And the last pass from Abhishek just thought had a little too much on it. Beautiful bit of work. The angle of the pass not to Afan Yusuf's liking.
Afan was going to be reaching a long, long way to get something on that, wasn't it? But it was good interplay initially. Just the final pass, not quite on point.
Abhishek, Afan and Sukhjit, when they get together, those little spells of play can cause havoc to the SG Pipers defense, but they're just not doing it as often as they would have liked.
Afan again now feeds it wide to Gursawat. He heads off down the flank, comes infield to Gonzalez, pulls away from Rajkumar Pal. Bocard looked to play it back, but caught the foot that time of Surab. Comes wide now, just to help down the line. Right. Gursawat. Sukhjit now hemmed in the corner. Tried to get the better of Bram Van Batten, but didn't, and now it's back to the Pipers. Duvakot. Duvakot will take on Grambush. Grambush is really pumping his legs to stick with Raman Duvakot. Duvakot into the circle along the baseline. Grambush is there. It was a stick, just forced the ball to go over the baseline as Jugraj watches on from the side.
Great interception by Grambush.
Now it's Bocard, feeds it forward, and it was very nearly into the path of Gursawat. Not a good clearance. Finlay will feed it into Gursawat. Directly onto his stick. Gursawat looking for options, plays it across. Pawan, though, got a pad to it and just managed to push it out over the side.
Gursawat was very patient with the ball. Look at that for a run, very from deep in his own half. And the clearance, sloppy one. Gursawat had his options, but just chose the wrong one.
And again, just trying to get inside the circle that time, but held up was Pankaj Rawat. Was just slowing things down as you'd expect. They've been under a fair amount of pressure in the last few minutes. Draper, go to Furlong. Duvakot, a little bit of space down the left-hand side. Jaskaran closing him down, so too Gursawat. Jaskaran pinches the ball, and the free hit was given to the Tigers, but a good advantage played in the end. It's a turn away from Afan Yusuf. Feeds it into the path. That's a very good pass that time to Ajinkya Yadav.
It's a good ball picked out by Afan Yusuf. Ajinkya just not able to keep it in play. Harmlessly going over the baseline. Pipers start from back.
Ajinkya Yadav, who was in 2020 the best forward at the 54th Bombay Gold Cup, playing for the Navy against South Central Rail. He scored a hat-trick in a 4-1 victory for them. Duvakot now bursts forward once more for the Pipers. Can they find a second before the half-time break? Will the Pipers get on level terms? Kingston goes infield this time. Ankit Pal goes back to Gareth Furlong. Furlong back to Kingston. Quickly closed down by Ajinkya Yadav. That's a lovely pass to Shamsher. Shamsher trying to feed it in, but Duvakot was on his heels, unfortunately.
Shamsher just didn't get enough purchase on that last ball played in.
Conversation going on between the umpire. Tommy Willems just having it explained why the umpires called it all the way back. I think it was because the whistle had gone before he threw the ball forward. Dignitaries. Just gone past the halfway stage of the second quarter. SG Pipers, victory tonight will just keep the possibility of them making the top four. That was their goal coming into the Hero Hockey India League 2026, was to make the top four.
I also think it will depend on the results of the other matches for them.
Oh, it definitely will, but I'm sure that they might go to the temple for a few visits to try and get all the gods to help them out in their way.
Yes, and there are a few temples here not too far from Bhubaneswar, the Sun Temple, Konark, and the one in Puri.
They're quite spectacular. Bocard just takes it away from Kingston, driving through the middle. 3 players there. He gave a little shove that time, but there was an offence from the Pipers' defence before the foul from Bocard. Takes it just outside the 25, so he can play it inside the circle directly. There's Kai Willett, who picked up a green card for the Pipers, so they're down to 10.
I think that was for that nasty little tackle that he made. He swung a stick.
There's been a few rather rich tackles, I would say, in this game. I think the umpires are going to have to be pretty beady-eyed in the second half. There's wide Ruhr, though, couldn't keep that in play.
I just think it's more to do with the frustration of both the teams of not having really gone up the tournament.
Van Batten taking it forward and stolen away that time from Shamsha. He's appealing for a free hit against Bocard, and the umpire agrees with the appeal of Shamsha. Up the side it goes, and deflected over the side it goes. That time from Tommy Willems, so it'll be Piper's ball. Willett back on, isn't it? Yes, it is. So he served his 2-minute suspension, came straight on, immediately involved again by Willett, and through the gap. That was a very clever ball to Gareth Furlong. Furlong calming things down, goes back to Jacob Draper. And Van Batten feeds it up the sideline. Smashed into the circle, and Domine very nearly getting on the end of that pass.
Just thought he got a difficult bounce on that Domine, and the ball was split into the D. The idea was right to find Domine. He had created the space, but just not able to trap it.
And coming forward, but the possibility to play it down a certain path closed down very quickly by the Pipers. So Williams had to just play the short pass. Now it's Granbush. He does have space. Privana's wide. Domine will close him down now. Privana got the better of Thomas Domine, and it's a good pass down the line to Abhishek. Looking to feed it back. Domine came back, tried to keep it in play, but it'll be a long corner to the Tigers with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Sean Finlay comes forward, lays it back. Dignitaries, good pass to Gonzalez. Oh, Gonzalez, tricky little skill from the Spanish magician. And that's good skills as well, with the 3D skills into the circle from Tommy Willems. And it's going to be a free out to the Pipers.
Tommy Willems, that was very patient, just waited for German P to make the commitment with the tackle and just dinked it over a stick.
Duvacott. I'm sorry, it's Van Batten, not Duvacott. And Graham Van Batten to play it in from the side. Made his debut in 2022 against Argentina for the Netherlands in Nijmegen. Great turn at the top of the circle, and it's a good save by Carr, but it's going to go in. Well, Dilraj had the ball under the keeper, it was dribbling towards goal. There's going to be a referral though.
Yeah, okay, might check on this one. Can we just check? Might check. It's on the back stick out here. Couldn't. My referral, please. Can we just have a check on the back stick, and if there's anything else that means I can't give a goal?
Yes, I will check the whole situation. One moment, please.
So this is an umpire referral.
Was that for a pickup? Just eliminated his defender as he brought the ball down. Well, nothing there on the tomahawk.
That looked fine as well.
David, I have an advice for you. It was a back stick, so you can restart with your free hit.
So it is another back stick. So Dilraj, who, if that had been his goal, has been deprived of a hat-trick today. He would have had two more. Just has the one at the moment that separates the two teams. And Gonzalez now trying to weave a little bit of magic again. Draper stole it off him. Gonzalez got it back. Appeals from the Pipers for a free hit. Good advantage play. Dilraj back helping out the defence. Goes back to Jarmanpreet. Dilraj again. Draper can't keep that in place, so a cheap long corner given to the Tigers. Bocard probably came in about 2 meters from where it crossed the baseline. Umpires are happy. Sean Finlay plays it back to Grambush. Jugraj has to stretch to get that one on his stick. Short pass by him to Puvana, who skips through a gap. Domine goes with him. Has to go back now to Jaskaran. Grambush to Finlay again. Finlay, the man from Hawke's Bay.
Just thought that was a good touch from Draper, just sending it over the baseline.
Into the circle, and it's going to be a free out.
Played into the D, a little scrappy, but the Pipers bring it out.
And Tigers thought about hitting that one early. It's Afan now. Great anticipation defensively that time. Just stepping out. It's Bram van Batten again. He's been a bit of an unsung hero, I think, for the Pipers at the back.
Van Batten, that was so important as a defender when the ball is played towards the D, to be first on the ball, read the situation and just lapped onto it.
Coach Delmay told him he wasn't going to be a part of the Paris campaign, so he went back to university where he's studying aerospace engineering. Into the circle it goes, and a good save by Pawan. Did it catch the foot? Yes, of Gonzalez. Frustration there again for Sukhjit.
A great effort from him. Look at that for a pass, carpet hit. Not the best of first touches, but then going with a one-handed try and goal was Sukhjit. And Pawan up to it. He was falling down and just palmed it away.
Now Pawan was really going down to make sure that he covered the ground shot, but in the end it was a brilliant save with his mitt to prevent Sukhjit equalising right on the stroke of half-time. And they've had the ball in the back of the net 3 times in the first half, the Pipers. 2 of those have been rubbed out because they've been backsticks. So as we head into half-time, it's Shirachi Bengal Tigers 0, SG Pipers 1.
Actually, yes, last match was a hard defeat. We know that tomorrow and Sunday we have 2 very important games if we want to reach playoff. So we are very focused on the next 2 matches. I think they are a very structured team. I think they are doing very good in defense, and I think they have a very good PCA, penalty corner attack. So I think we need to be smart on the way of playing. I think in defense we making a lot of mistakes. I think we also in the PCD we are not performing well, and I think to win you need to do good in PCD. At the moment we are not doing good, so I think that is one of the biggest things to improve toward the next matches.
Losing 3 out of 5 is not the way we wanted it to go, but I think looking at the schedule, looking at the standings, every team can beat every team. It looks like that, so I think we're still in the race. France play a really good game of hockey in the Hockey India League. They maybe play the best hockey, to be aware of how they play, how they play structurally. But I think we can beat anyone here, so I'm very looking forward because they're a really good team. Yeah, I mean, Bhubaneswar has always been a great place to play hockey at because it's a big stadium. It's always got good crowds as well. And winning the World Cup here was obviously the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, it's definitely got a special place in our heart.
My name is Rajinder Singh, and I'm playing from Hyderabad Tufans as a midfielder. Really great for me. It was a really great lesson for me that helped me in my Indian team career as well. Now we are here to play another season of HEL, and hopefully we'll play this as a very good. Some of very good players of foreign are in our team. I learned a lot of things from them. Those things are really helpful for me. Our team structure and the way we play and the way we bond with each other, I think that is really special in our team.
Half-time here at the Kalinga Stadium in match 22, and it is the SG Pipers leading the Shirachi Bengal Tigers by 1-0. Take a look at the highlights from the first half, and it was the Tigers who came on the attack early. Sukhjit playing the ball in and Abhishek forcing a save out of Pawan. Then it was Domine for the Pipers along the baseline, and Carr off his line well. Good play by the Pipers, saw Lagate come in from the flank on the right, feed it to Dilraj, and he beat Carr for the opener. And this was another good run by Roman Dubakov. Won a penalty corner for his team. Furlong flicked, but it was just wide. In fact, it was a very good bit of work by the postman. Another good run, top of the circle for the Pipers, and they thought they'd got a goal here, but Rajkumar Pal, his ball into the circle that saw Dilraj finish, was ruled a backstick. Christopher Ruhr then had an attempt of his own that just went past the post, and it was great work along the baseline by Afan and Abhishek, but just playing it too far ahead of Afan Yusuf. Pawan will be relieved about this one. Played it straight to Finlay, who played it to Gersawak. And then this was a great chance, across it came, but Pawan got his foot to Gersawak's cross. In the goal it went again for the Pipers, but again it was disallowed for a backstick. And that was a brilliant save by Pawan to deny Sukhjit getting an equaliser right in the dying seconds of that second quarter. Well, I'm sure those young ladies have been thoroughly entertained by the hockey we've seen so far. And they might well be enjoying the dancing from these young ladies. Well, these girls, I can tell you, they get into India early, like the players, to learn the various routines to entertain the crowd. Well, we're going to go pitch side now to hear the thoughts of the coaches on the first half.
Okay. Coach got the early goal and have defended well since. What have you made of the game so far, and where can you do better in the second?
I think we can do better a lot, but we will talk with each other now in the dressing room, and I hope third quarter will be better.
Thank you, Coach. All the best. Coach, slow start to the game, but the team have grown into the game in the second quarter. What would you like your team to do better?
Scoring, but no, you're right. Second quarter was really good. We create 1, 2, 3 chances in a row. We continue doing that now. I think we have the body language that we need for today's game, and I'm very happy with that.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Well, Valentin Altenberg happy, and I'm sure he probably feels, yes, his team was getting back into the game in that second quarter. But yeah, did they look like scoring really, Sandy? There were a couple of chances.
Yeah, not clear-cut chances, I think, except for the last one with Sukhjit, which Pawan brought off a great save, and maybe one which Christopher Rod created in the second quarter from top of the circle. But I just think the SG Pipers have been a lot more organized in defense. And I think Jacob Draper has been exceedingly good holding on deep down.
Jacob Draper, I believe, last night played all but 3 minutes of the match. So for him to go back-to-back today, and I don't think he's been off the pitch. I can't remember him going off at all tonight. When you see in modern-day hockey, usually players are being rotated every 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's pretty much been on the ground for the entire first half. Right, and that really takes a lot out of you. But he has just been excellent, and I think that is why the SG Pipers have still kept a clean slate.
Well, those youngsters, they've got their wriggle on. Now the players, I can tell you, are back out, and those young ladies have obviously been going to the dance classes at school. They do teach that, don't they, here in school? How to do the dancing?
Well, yes, a few schools do that.
They tried to teach us dance at an all-boys school, but it was a little awkward. Draper and Pawan having a chat, and it's interesting that Pawan is coming back out for the third quarter. No Thomas Santiago, and again I would think that's wanting the 5 international players out on the field of play.
And also because I think Pawan has given a good account of himself whenever he has been called upon to do that. I think it just grows on the confidence of the coach.
Yeah, I would agree, and Jamie Carr will remain in goal for the Tigers. Pawan, who hails from Hisar in Haryana, but lives these days in Delhi. Part in the Junior World Cup in 2021. Had to wait a year after making his debut for India to get his second cap, just because you seem to have a wealth of goalkeepers.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the likes of Srijesh, who has played for so many years for the Indian team, and now we have Pathak, who's doing well himself. Yes, we do have a fair bit of goalkeepers.
Suraj Kakera, Bikramji, Princedeep, Mohit, the list goes on, and that's good because you want competition for places. His mum's encouraging him. There he goes, he's off. They didn't take much encouragement in the end, did they? So Thomas Dominic waits over the ball and gets us underway in the third quarter. Goes back to Jacob Draper. Can the Pipers hang on and secure their second ever win in the Hero Hockey India League? It's been a tough time for them. Shamsha goes down by Finlay, got the pass back to Ram Van Batten. Nice turn on the far side, but ended up losing it was Rajkumar Pal. Now it's Ruhr. Ruhr slips the pass forward, trying to find it back to Ruhr, but Draper's there to steal it for the Pipers. And he gets the pass away quickly. Just held up in the midfield that time. Walked by Nagate. Getting the ball again now. Feeding it forward. Oh, that was strong from Grambush, and it will be a penalty corner. I don't think there can be much complaint, to be honest.
That was body play. It was absolutely body play, no doubt about that. Grambush did not have to do that. Played down the line and a quick spin. And look at that, he had his arm on his back.
Yeah, the hand goes in the back and he just keeps on going into him. Rambush is still in deep conversation with the umpire and a stick shift, but now he's strolling up to halfway. As Draper sprints to the baseline, he's got 5 seconds to be in position. So Domine at the first battery, Furlong at the second. They go to Thomas Domine. Can he get one deflected? It's gone in. Well, did it come off the defender? It'll be Thomas Domine, I think, that will get credited with the goal.
Just thought Thomas Domine did not get good enough purchase on that drag flick. Did not make as good as contact as he would have liked. It was deflected off Abhishek, the first charger. Just got Jamie Carr on the wrong foot. But what matters is Pipers have 2.
Well, it was unfortunate for Abhishek, wasn't it? His face of the stick was open to try and deflect it away from goal, but it just went right in the bottom corner and gave Jamie Carr no chance whatsoever. So the perfect start for the the SG Pipers at the start of the second half. So now Tigers have really got to come back.
Again, it's a defensive play of the Tigers that has just let them down.
Trying to play that quickly. It was Finlay at full stretch. Now it's Domine who's stolen it. Thomas Domine looking to take on Jugraj. Gets to the baseline, laid it across, and there will be a chance. Brilliant save by Carr, and forced wide. And eventually it went over the baseline. I think they're going to refer this one, though.
Wait. This is... Right, the next one. Just stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. You move. Yeah, he will take. This play. So guys, move back. It's move back. It's okay. Listen. I give an advantage for the shooting ball. Just tell them that you have given already. Just say that you leave advantage. Yeah. No.
Well, really, the Tigers shouldn't be talking because this was a Pipers referral.
Absolutely.
No. नहीं वो भी बता विजुअल चाहिए
Take it easy, yeah? Thank you.
That's okay. We were just saying that he already had given you advantage.
We understand. Go on. Yeah.
It's there, friend.
It is. It's called referral.
Cool.
Yes, Dixon.
I played on. SG Piper asking for a foot of and defender inside the circle. Please check.
I will check it was foot. One moment, please.
So there was an advantage played. The umpire confirming that. This was the run by Thomas Domine. Gets to the baseline, plays it across. Dilraj first times it. That came back, I think, off the foot into Puvana's foot. Then it's Shamsher.
But just look at the umpire in the background. Other replay, we did see the moment it came off his foot, he had already indicated for the penalty corner. I'm not sure he could say he's played the advantage.
So then there was the save by Carr from Shamsher, and then Lage just miscontrolled it.
Bishop? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
There's no clear reason to change the decision. There was a clear advantage. So the Pipers lose their referral and you can restart with a 16-meter lead.
Thank you.
So the Pipers lose their referral. And you wonder whether that will count later in the game. But the Tigers will suddenly feel that a decision's gone their way, I think, although there have been twice now the ball has been back of the goal, and that's been ruled out quite rightly by Backstick. I think the Tigers have felt that things haven't been going their way as Finlay carries it over halfway, forced to go back by good defensive work by Shamshir. Bokard feeds it into Afan Yusuf. And there's a little touch again there by the Pipers that prevented the pass going through. Good work down the side by Lage, Domine. Rajkumar Pal now carries it over halfway, gets it to Shamshir. Jarmanpreet. Haven't seen him pushing up the flank so much today. Jarmanpreet is playing a much more defensive role.
I just think that was what has been planned.
Oh, a lovely pass inside the circle, and unfortunately, just too late arriving Lage. It was a perfectly placed ball by Kai Willett.
A great transfer of play from the right to the left and brought into the deep, played across the face of the goal. No Tiger defender there. Lage not able to get the stick at the end of that.
Diraj again was in a good position, tried to get the touch, but it, I think, just went underneath his stick. So Bokard and Jugraj combine at the back. Tigers just need a spell where they keep possession and then can build an attack themselves in a period of pressure. Gonzalez now cuts in from the right-hand side. And it's intercepted again, but Gonzalez steals it back well. Continues his run now down the left-hand side. Drops the pass to Rua, back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for a foot. Great work inside the circle, though, by the Pipers. I think it was Furlong who got his feet out of the way. He's on the ball now. Furlong beats one. Can't beat Gonzalez. Gonzalez feeds it to Rua now in the corner. It's stolen away once again by the Pipers. Now flicked high. Jugraj brings it down just short of halfway. Dilraj was looking to close him down. Willems goes back into the defensive line and square from Pankaj Rawat. It's a good ball forward from Bokard and deflected away. Domine coming back. Now it's 3-on-4 for the Pipers. Dilraj making a bursting run. Kai Willett, good diagonal run by him. Finds Dilraj. Dilraj just the keeper to beat. Carr is there. Carr saves. And it's going to be the Pipers' ball again. Great work by Jamie Carr. Willett again. Gonzalez appealing for a free hit, but it's going to go the way of Kai Willett.
How good a run was that by Kai Willett. Beautifully set up for Dilraj. Jamie Carr stood tall, read the situation well, closed him down and made that save.
Now Draper throws the overhead pass to Thomas Domine. Afan Yusuf got a touch on that, so it'll be a long corner to the Pipers. 5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Pipers having added to their tally to keep the dream alive. It's gone out of play. What is it? Nelson Mandela said, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Well, I think the Pipers have taken that to heart, because clearly they've not given up yet the hope of making the top four.
They've come out with a very big purpose, have they not? Actually, the way they've just gone across in this game. Very purposeful. They want to win this.
Indeed. Card carries it forward for the Tigers. Willems made a break down the left-hand side, but wasn't picked up. It's now Jugraj who may look to throw the aerial pass. Instead, he goes down the right-hand side. Brought down in space for the Tigers into the circle. Angled across the face of goal and just wide. Well, Willems, I think, got the final touch.
That was Tommy Williams. He just lifted it over and tried to play it over the goalkeeper as he was falling to the ground. Just didn't get the right direction.
And now it was a good run again by Aditya Lage into the circle, but he put his shot the wrong side of the post.
Good run. Look at that for a dodge, pulling him from the right to the left. Just did not get hold of it when he had to put it across the face of the goal.
He hit one by Tommy Willems. Throws it into the air and trying to keep that one in play. There's Ajinkya Yadav, who's got a free hit. takes it quickly into the circle. That's a lovely play. And Gonzalez denied by a sharp save from Pawan. And then the Pipers clear it out over the 23, but it's still back with the Tigers. Parmod playing it square, and we've got, I think, a referral, is it?
Sukhjit went up to the umpire right away.
Okay, that's all right. The tackle. The tackle. Okay.
Yes, David.
We have a team referral from Tigers, a stick coming through the circle.
Okay.
Just coming through the strike spot. Yes.
Okay, I will check if it was a stick check. One moment, please.
The sound breaking up a little bit between the umpires there, but we're looking for a stick tackle, isn't it? This was a good turn. Yeah, there, I think it is.
Yeah, how was that for a pickup from Sukhjit? Beautifully picked it up on his reverse. And yeah, I think there was a stick tackle on Sukhjit.
It's Varun Kumar, I think, that just, he makes a clear attempt for the ball, but just arrives a little bit late. And then was there even a stick tackle there on Gonzalez? There might have been just a touch as well from Van Batten on Gonzalez. I suppose the question is whether there was an advantage played from the first one.
Is it a strike?
David, I have an advisory. There was a stick check, so we restart with a penalty corner,
Okay.
and the Tigers keep the referral.
He's checked for a strike. I've asked a strike. I've asked whether he thinks it's a strike, and he thinks it's just a stick check. So.
The Tigers can't complain, as David Tomlinson said there. I did ask if it was a stroke. So this is the first penalty corner for the Tigers tonight. 5 from 43 they've had. It's an 11% conversion rate. So top of the circle for them will be this time. It looks like Pankaj Rawat is lining up at the first battery and Parmod at the second. That's probably one of the first times we've seen an all-Indian flicking battery.
Do not have Jugraj on the ground at the moment.
They go to Pankaj Rawat. He flicks well, and that came up off the goalkeeper. Good save again by Pawan.
I thought that was beautifully done by Pawan.
It's taken quickly by Bocard. Willems created a little bit of space. They want to appeal again. Willems has gone to the umpire. And the Pipers, I think, know this is going to be a penalty corner.
Look at this for a save, Pawan. Or was it off Jarmanpreet at the post?
I think it was Jarmanpreet. That's why he got the stick on the bum to congratulate him.
It's a penalty corner for the team Shachi for Tigers.
So it is another penalty corner to the Tigers.
It was a good flick, a good angle between the goalkeeper and Jarmanpreet, and look at that for a save.
So Pankaj Rawat again at the first match, Parmod at the second for the Tigers, looking to get a goal and pull themselves back into this match. Pawan looking to keep them at bay. Mr. Pankaj Rawat again, good save. Pawan, the follow-up was there, and it was a great save again. It comes in once more. This time it has gone in. Sukhjit is claiming it, although the umpire's giving a penalty corner.
Well, Pawan made 3 saves, I thought. First of the drag flick and then of 2 consecutive rebounds. First save from there, the second with the palm, and third on his body. But the Tigers still have a penalty corner.
Well, Afan Youssef, look how quickly he pounced on that one and the next one. And that was the danger that was blown after the second attempt by Afan Youssef. So Pankaj Rawat with a third attempt. Pawan saves again. They clear it just outside the circle. Parmod gets it back in, and it's going to be a free hit to the Tigers just outside the circle.
Well, Pawan has been outstanding in this period of play. Tigers still with a chance.
And a it will be another penalty corner, and I think they're looking for a stroke this time, are they? Yep, Sukhjit is saying they want to go upstairs.
Thought that was Tommy Williams who was brought down in the D. Okay. But let's have a look at this.
Yes, David.
Looking for a penalty stroke here on the contact. For me, it was contact first on blind net, but is it a stroke, please?
I will check. One more, please.
Yeah, it's a referral.
The Tigers, the Pipers coming in today conceded the most penalty corner goals, so they've really worked on their defence. Is this a stroke? I'm not sure.
Did Tommy Williams run into him, or was it the other way around?
David, there's no clear reason to change the decision. A penalty corner, and the Tigers lose their referral.
Thank you.
So it will be a penalty corner, and the Tigers now have lost their referral, so Koen van Bunge can go and get a chai, because unless the umpire calls him, neither of the teams are going to be. So Pankaj Rawat will line up once again. Penalty corner number 4 for the Tigers. And they go to Ahmad. Now they go to Pankaj Rawat, and it's another fine save by Pawan, and look at the little celebration from him.
Is he overjoyed or what? And how was that for a save? Going to his right, coming off the stick. The Pipers come away with it.
Well, we've got another penalty corner.
Penalty corner.
So 5 meters, I think, is what the umpire says. There's the injection. Beautifully brought out by Pawan.
So penalty corner number 5 now for the Tigers. We did see our 100th goal last night. We also saw our 50th penalty corner as well. That was scored by Alexander Hendricks. Tim Brand scored the 100th goal, and Cooper Burns scored the 50th field goal, as that's just scraped wide of the goal that time. And they want to refer it, but they don't have a referral.
No, my referral.
That's an umpire referral.
Yeah, my referral. Can you just check whether it's hit the foot on the sideline? I haven't. I've been looking to one out. So can you just check if it's hitting in there?
Okay, I will check if it was a foot and it was going into the goal. 1 moment.
Well, there's the injection. I thought it was John Finlay with a flick. That is off the stick.
Yeah, that was stick and wide. I think Jarmanpreet does really well, especially when you think Pawan's coming across him. Yeah, it doesn't touch a foot, does it?
No, off the stick and over the baseline.
Flick from Parmod. I think it's off the stick and through the legs of Jarmanpreet. I don't think it touches his legs.
I thought he did well, Jarmanpreet.
Still missed the wall.
David? Yeah. There's no clear reason to change the decision. It's a long corner.
Okay.
And again, credit to the umpire for going upstairs to check that. That's what it's there for. If you're not sure and you couldn't see, then just go upstairs and just check. Especially in a game like this. So the Tigers get us back underway. Willems pushes it to Ruhr. Ruhr into the circle. Nice touch again from Jarmanpreet. Afan Youssef busy at the edge of the circle. Creates a little bit of space and gets inside the circle. He wanted a penalty corner. No referral left. Pipers get it out to Kai Willett. Pushed forward now into the path of Duvakot, who has to take on Jugraj. He makes him go one way, then the other. Jugraj gets a touch, but Dubakot gets it back. Dubakot slips it back now, and it will come to Dubakot. Oh, and missed at the back post by Kai Willett. So close.
SG Pipers on the breakaway. Great counter-attack. Kai Willett tried to slot it down like a tennis overhead. Just didn't make contact with the ball.
Jugraj now over the ball, square to Grambush. Into the final 6 minutes of this third quarter. It's had a bit of everything in it. One goal and plenty of referrals, right ones and wrong ones. And now it's carried forward again by Kingston. Stolen away. Good defensive work that time by Jaskaran. Puvana feeds it into the midfield. Willems out wide to Afan Yusuf. Gets the ball past Lage. Sukhjit now into the circle, plays it early off the pads of Pawan. It goes long corner. Again, they take it quickly, trying to turn his Abhishek, feeding it back to Willems, but it just went through him. Stolen away brilliantly, edge of the circle. Sukhjit can't keep it in play.
Pawan was closing down Sukhjit, and had he kept that in play, Pawan would have been out of position.
So Janmanpreet now feeds it forward again. Just feel Tigers pressing hard that they may well get one before the final break, which will give us a really grandstand finish in this game.
They're also running the risk of keeping their defense open when they're going up into attack. Pipers did create a few chances.
Ruhr gets it past Varun Kumar. Good defence though coming back that time on the far side. Short pass was a dangerous one. Draper though got the free hit. Foul coming from Sukhjit.
Just thought that was beautifully done by Draper. The ball was almost eluding him. Just did enough to get his stick on the ball and get the free hit.
That's stolen away from Furlong. Abhishek now facing Pawan, and he saves them again. Well, what a night Pawan is having under the bar for the Pipers.
Great steal from Abhishek, did well to dispossess, and he did not have a player at the far end, so he went for the first angle. But Pawan, he had committed to the left, but just brought his hand out and kept it out.
I'm sure Abhishek's thinking, how many times have I shot at him in training and beaten? He's doing it when it matters that counts. Lovely pass forward, brilliant tackle by Jaskaran to take it away from Lage. Bokard, Afan, that's a very important touch through to Gonzalez, back to Afan. And again, it's Afan Yusuf denied by Pawan once again. It looked as if the Pipers were going to clear that, but somehow it came back to Afan Yusuf, who got a shot away.
When the Tigers are knocking on the doors of the SG Pipers time and again, Pipers still survive thanks to that man Pawan.
Afan Yusuf, whose dad Muhammad Yusuf used to play. What a talented family, as I mentioned. His uncle Samir Dad taking a tumble. Top of the circle was Jugraj, and it's a free out to the Pipers. It's going to come back. They took it just before the whistle.
The Pipers will want to slow it down. They will want to retain possession of the ball. Jugraj, it was this time just trying to essay his way into the D. Good little dodge, but had one too many to beat.
I don't think he was touched by a Pipers player. Side it comes now, Manjit on the overlap, but it's a good ball forward to Dilraj. Grambush takes it off him.
The Pipers will want to slow it down.
Laid out of defence that time by Puvana.
Not in that control at the moment, the Pipers. The Tigers in this third quarter have really come at them.
Stolen back again by the Pipers, but then miscontrolled on the far side. Now it's Abhishek. Goes one way, then the other. Look at the numbers coming back. He got the pass through to Sukhjit, but unfortunately he couldn't get it under control, and Pawan pounced again.
I thought Sukhjit did get a touch on that. Pawan had to make the save.
Abhishek is there again, trying to find a way into the circle. He's got in there somehow, uses his 3D skills, kept it alive, back to Gonzalez, and it's going to be a long corner for the Tigers.
Pawan had his angle right.
Gonzalez, in it goes. Pawan clears it, but it goes straight to Afan Yusuf, and a penalty corner goes the way of the Tigers.
Pawan has been doing well. How long can he keep doing this?
Well, that was unfortunate. The ball coming up off the defender's stick of Bram Van Batten into his own body. Jugraj is on the field of play now, so Jugraj will line up at the first battery. Grambush also is there. And I have to say that I thought the flicking at the last corner was pretty good. You couldn't complain from Pankaj Rawat. Jugraj at the first battery, just moving his feet back and forth. Comes to him, he flicks, and this time it goes through Pawan, and the Tigers do have a goal back.
Jugraj, that is what he can bring to the table. Standing tall, and Pawan has eventually been beaten. Such a difficult angle that is between the goalkeeper and the postman to pick out. That ball had pace and just coming off Pawan's pad, I thought. Tigers pull one back.
Jugraj's 5th goal of 2026, remembering, was the leading goal scorer last year with 12 goals. So he's found it really hard this year, but he's got one tonight, and he now gives the Tigers a lifeline to get something out of this, their last game. Pipers now need to be careful as well. I'm sure they would want to hang on and get a second victory. They wouldn't really want to go for another shootout, I'm sure. Shamsher receives it now for the Pipers across the field of play. Jarmanpreet pushing up this time, plays it into the circle. Great skills by Duvakot. Jarmanpreet got a touch again, but it's claimed it was a backstick. Bokhar throws it high and long, and Abhishek gets the touch and brings it down. Turns Bram Van Batten. Van Batten recovers, and there is the goal. Abhishek gets an equaliser before the final break. That was a brilliant individual goal by Abhishek.
Beautifully executed by Abhishek. The aerial ball brought down well and did so well to turn him inside and create a better angle. He was being gotten off to the corner. Look at that for a turn. Just got himself the perfect angle, and Pawan just could not keep that out. 2 goals apiece with a quarter to play.
Well, a wonderful finish by Abhishek, and I'm sure they'll be celebrating that one at the Chalu Ram Zaminda School in Ponipat, where he was a student many years ago. What a finish that was. The way he set himself up was just exquisite. So now the Pipers, unfortunately, are back on level terms. Sukhjit feeds it to Ruhr, and we've run out of time. Yep, the hooter just going, everybody stopping suddenly. Well, what a final minute and a half that was for the Tigers. Pawan had kept them at bay for so long, and then eventually from the 6th penalty corner they got one back, and then Abhishek adding a second. So the score at the final break is SG Pipers 2, Shirachi Bengal Tigers 2. So we'll look at the highlights from that quarter, and it was the perfect start for the Pipers. Grambush committed a foul, out it came Thomas Domine, and it was off the stick of Abhishek, beating Jamie Carr low down at his right, and the Pipers were celebrating. Another good run by Thomas Domine, and this one, well, they went upstairs. It was in the end wide by Lage, but it was Carr who made 2 superb saves. Willett played it across the face of goal, then Lage, another run by him, but just got the angles wrong with his effort. Pipers once more under hit that time, and Willett just couldn't get the overhead shot. Pawan, well, he was busy at the other end. Penalty corner came their way. Jugraj on the field of play, managed to beat Pawan, and that gave them the lifeline at 2-1. Then Bokard over the top to Abhishek, still had so much to do. Ram Van Batum came back, Abhishek worked some space and then beat Pawan to level things up in the final minute of the third quarter. Meaning we head into the final quarter with everything tied up at 2 apiece. Well, how is this one gonna pan out? Pawan remains under the bar for the Pipers. He will be annoyed that he has managed to be beaten twice. Jamie Carr, well, how important are those saves that he made in that quarter going to prove to be? The Pipers get us underway. Sandeep, you're going to predict who's going to come out on top in this one?
Well, I just thought the Pipers lost it in the third quarter. They needed to slow it down. They just played at the pace of the Tigers. Coming to predictions, I'm not going there.
I'm certainly not in this one. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. It was a disguised ball, but Bokard picking it up fairly easily. Willems playing a much more central role tonight than we've seen him on the flanks, and once again it's a good run from Afan Yusuf. Down the line he goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez across the face of goal, and well, Gursawak was there, but he just couldn't get the touch.
Gonzalez, how good cross was that on the tomahawk? Did well to keep it down. Sukhjit feeding him. And then Gursawak was well positioned, just not able to get the stick at the end of it.
Well, that free hit was not stopped, nor was it taken from where it occurred. Ram Van Batten, short to Draper. Both these teams did play last night, so we can't say one is maybe more fatigued than the other.
Both took 6 goals. Not much to choose between them.
Which is draining in itself. There's nothing worse when you lose by a margin like that. You do feel more tired, I think, physically and mentally. And Finlay, just a little obstruction there, but the ball comes to Jarmanpreet in space now. Short pass by him. Domine creates some space, and that looked like it went into the head of Jaskaran, but it's going to be a penalty corner.
Great return of Preet, picking that ball up and feeding it to Domine. Domine did so well under pressure, just brought it to his reverse and going with the tomahawk off a stick into his body. Penalty corner to the Pipers.
Yeah, I think it came up off Bokard's stick into Jaskaran's head. So it was the danger created by the Tigers, even though it hit their own player. So penalty corner number 5 for the Pipers. Thomas Domine scored from the last one. Gareth Furlong is at the second battery. Cambridge City Hockey Club will no doubt be all watching to see if Furlong gets the chance. It goes to the second battery, but it's Domine, and he gets a second. So the Pipers have taken the lead back right at the start of this final quarter.
Very cleverly done by the SG Pipers. Dominic just switching to the second battery when the ball was injected. But there is a referral.
Well, they have no referral. Well, I think they're putting pressure on the umpire to make it his referral.
Anything wrong in that?
Well, I'm on the angle, so I haven't seen whether it was going on or not. So if you want to check whether it was going on, then you can check that for a goal. Well, I haven't got a view of it because I was looking to see at the top here. Okay? You guys just go away, please.
Well, I'm not sure of this. The umpire hasn't seen anything. Yes. He's just been put under pressure from the players.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's my reference. Please check whole situation. Is any reason to cannot give a goal?
Yes, I will check. 1 moment, please.
Yeah, it did appear that there was pressure applied on that occasion. Good trap there. Definitely goes out of the circle. Domine flicks there. And it goes off the postman into the goal.
Well, I don't see anything wrong in that. If anything at all, did it come fully out of the D is what we will have to look out.
Dixit, I have an advice for you. The ball was outside the goal, so you can restart with a free hit and you keep your own referral.
Wait, Juga. So wait. My umpire in the
Are they saying that was danger then?
I'd love to see that again.
So it was saying it was going wide when it was deflected in by the defender. So the Pipers have had their third goal that they think they've scored tonight rubbed out. What a different scoreline we could have had. It's still tied up at 2 apiece. Willett now trying to find a way down the left-hand side, pursued all the way by Sean Finlay. Gersawak feeds it infield for the Tigers. Coming through the midfield, it was a good run by Willems, fed it to Sukhjit, back it goes to Afan Youssef, late space for him, and Afan. Oh, Afan Youssef has done it again, and the Tigers have the lead. Well, having just thought they'd conceded the lead, they've taken the lead, and Afan given way too much space at the top of the circle.
I just thought that was a fantastic team goal from the Tigers. Started very much in their own D, and look at Afan, sold him the dummy, and then just had Pawan caught off guard, going with a hard slap to the right of Pawan. Draper trying to catch up with him, not to be. Tigers lead 3-2.
Afan, I think, again, has been very, very lively for the Tigers tonight. And having Willems going through the middle, he seems to have just been given more space that he can exploit on either side of Tommy Willems. And look at the celebrations there. Afan Youssef is only a little man, but he rises to the big occasion. So now it is the Pipers who have to come from behind. Into the circle, Dilraj wins a penalty corner for them. It's a penalty corner number 6 for the Pipers.
Well, it's just getting more interesting and exciting, this game between the Tigers and the Pipers. Dilraj doing exceedingly well along the baseline, protecting the ball and just finding the foot. Penalty corner to the Pipers.
Well, they thought they'd scored from the last penalty corner. They're taking their time again, discussing what they're going to do. Draper finally comes forward, but it's Roman Duvakot who goes to the baseline to inject this time. Thomas Domine once again at the first battery. Valentin Altenberg just looking up at the big screen. It goes this time to Furlong. Furlong flicks into the first runner. Should be another penalty corner. And it is the umpire's arms outstretched.
Good charge out, not sure that injection was as good as it needed to be, coming off the foot. Pipers with another penalty corner.
Just looked a little slow, the injection that time. Furlong just having a word that time with the man doing the stopping for him, which is Raj Kumar Pal. But they go to Domine this time. It's a short pass to him, pushing it towards goal, and in front of goal, Dilraj. Where's it gone? It's gone wide. It'll be a long corner. And we're going to be pausing. Jamie Carr, forced into his own goal, is just sitting on the ground there. Maybe needs to readjust his equipment.
Well, we didn't see the entire play of that injection. It wasn't halted well, but
it came off the inside of his left pad. So close to sneaking on inside the goal. Furlong now helps it forward to Jarmanpreet. Look at the effort from the Tigers, really lifting now to close down the Pipers. Sukhjit Sorry, it's Finlay rather. And the left-hand side they go. Dilraj will try and turn and go inside the circle. That's a brilliantly timed tackle that time from Pankaj Rawat. There are the Lancers. Jay Stacey looking very relaxed. Arthur Van Doren is captain.
And why wouldn't they be? They're sitting pretty on top of the table. First team to have qualified to the knockout.
And looking to go through the round robin stage undefeated in their game coming up after this one. And that's what they would love to be, not drop any games. They've got one draw. Very important tackle by Jarmanpreet. Feeds it forward again. Comes to Raman Duvakot that time. Dilraj tries to turn, and again Grambush gave him a little shove that time. And then trying to get inside the circle was Ankit Pal. He was dispossessed, and Dilraj has turned to the umpire saying, what are you looking at?
They just thought Grambush was lucky to get away with it. He was inside the D, he had his hand on Dilraj.
Jugraj now will calm things down. We're into the final 10 minutes of the match. Tigers, who've been behind for 3 quarters, suddenly are now ahead. Equalised in the last minute of the 3rd quarter, took the lead in this final quarter in the first 5 minutes. Jarmanpreet, down the line it goes, Raman Duvakot. Ooh, it's gone off the stick of Grambush, and that was great awareness to let that run out of play by Surab. Ankit Pal over the ball, goes back to Furlong. Furlong into the air it goes, out onto the left-hand side. Ram Van Batten couldn't get it past Finlay and into the circle, so Finlay calms things down again. Bokard to Ruhr. Ruhr, getting the pass again from him. Bokard now absolutely smashed that one, and it's caught the Pipers player, and to be fair, he has immediately apologised to Kingston.
Bokard, that would have hurt. A full-blooded shot. Nothing intentional, they just could not control the ball and keep it on the ground.
Well, I'm pleased to say Kingston is back up on his feet. He's a tough cookie. That was smashed with some power. Kingston just 19 years of age. Taking the Sultan of Johor Cup in Johor Bahru, Malaysia this year, or end of last year rather. They won the silver medal, the Indian team. Draper to the left-hand side again. Bokard just waiting. And Batum back to Draper again. And Batum still to Furlong. Draper again. It's all about keeping the possession and finding a gap that they can exploit. Furlong. Willett now, capable of doing something special, wins a free hit. Kai Willett goes to the baseline, along the baseline. Did he find a foot? It went across the face of goal. And Duvakot got the last touch.
Willett Kai, that was a beautiful mazy run. A great pull using the baseline, playing it across the face of the goal. And Duvakot just not able to get the contact on the ball.
Jugraj now playing out of the defence, but it's gone to the Pipers, but it will be another free hit to the Tigers now. And Bokard says, I'll take this one, although he's actually given it to Christopher Ruhr. Back to Jugraj it goes. Duvakot looks to put pressure now on Grambush. Bokard back to Jugraj once again. Ruhr making himself available. Jugraj, a little bit of pressure now. Just took the ball away as Duvakot looked to close him down. Escape play on the sideline that time from Parmod, who was under pressure, and his pass finds Sukhjit. Sukhjit turns the defence, slipped unfortunately for Tigers fans. And Kumar goes wide up the side. That was a good pass. Pipers now trying to edge their way forward, but that unfortunately has gone over the side. Did it take a touch? No, it didn't. It's going to be the Tigers' ball, and Jugraj strolls across, eats up valuable seconds, throws it high and long. Brought down easily that time by Bram van Batum. And now it's carried forward again by Surab. Down the line he went, managing to pick out Ankit Pal. Pipers searching for an equaliser, having held the lead since the 4th minute of the match. A deflection. And again, Pipers looking at the umpire, but no signal from them. Gonzalez pounces on the mistake in the midfield. And Sukhjit happy to go back. Now he feeds it forward into the path of Afan. Afan looking what's available as he cuts infield. Afan now feeding it forward to Sukhjit. What a pass that was. Sukhjit into Pawan. Pawan pushes it clear. And now turning away is Manjit.
Sukhjit and Afan, we know what they're capable of doing when they get together. There's a lively move from the left flank, beautifully set up, and then Pawan yet again read the situation well, gave him the charge.
And a miscommunication there. Domine trying to play it into the path of Kai Willett, but it was just too far ahead of him, and over the baseline it went. 4.5 minutes left. The Tigers are going to record a victory that you feel would end any hope of the Pipers making the top 4. Abhishek and Bram Batum. Van Brattam rather, has gone down with a over the head by the looks of things.
Just thought that was Abhishek when he turned around. Seemed to have knocked him. A little bit going on between Draper and Abhishek there. They don't want to do that.
I think Draper's trying to calm things down, because Abhishek, I think, feels that Bram van Batum was milking that one a little bit, let's say.
Also, these guys, yeah.
Bram Batum, it seems to me, went into the arm of Abhishek.
Go. Listen, stop. Go. Wait. You two. Wait. You guys. Yeah, thank you. Come here. Okay. Yeah. Listen, we've just checked upstairs. There's nothing in it. But this coming together afterwards. Come on, fellas, that's not okay, eh? Yep. Okay. So let's just. All right. Nothing, eh? Okay. So it comes a free. Yep. Okay, free. Okay, we've already checked. It's just coming together. Free hit.
So, Pipers, though, while this has all been going on, I can tell you, have actually pulled their goalkeeper. So Pawan has gone off, and they are now out with 11 outfield players. And just a reminder for those of you who haven't watched hockey for a while, there are no goalkeepers' privileges for any of those outfield players. So the Pipers, with just over 4 minutes left, trying to find a goal from somewhere to take us to a shootout. I'm sure if they got an equaliser, Pawan would be back out there in a flash. And why not? You've got to roll the dice.
And I just thought Pawan did what he had to do. He was good at the goal.
So furlong now for the Pipers. Jarmanpreet, infield it goes. Nice little turn from Shamsher. Shamsher, though, surrounded by Tigers players. It ricocheted off the stick of Sukhjit. It's going to be a free out now to Bocard, who looks to throw it high, but then played it along the ground. That was well intercepted. It's getting physical again. Complaints up in the forward line from Willems. Oh, and there was a little block on the edge of the circle. Not too much made of it. It was the Pipers, who I think would have loved a penalty corner. Draper. Clock counts down and continues to as Varane plays it forward. Comes back to him once again. Draper just had to go on the reverse stick to get that under control. Patient by the Pipers. Furlong now. Jarmanpreet on the flank. Afan comes out to close him down. Forces him to play back. Sukhjit just waiting as Furlong carries it forward. Jarmanpreet again. Out comes Afan once again. Great pass though to Dilraj, but unfortunately he couldn't keep it in play. And now it's all about the Tigers keeping possession.
We saw what Dilraj was trying to do. It was a difficult ball to trap. Just try to deflect that towards the goal. And Bocard has thrown it up the field of play and out of play. So Furlong comes back, plays it into Draper. Just under 2.5 minutes left. Varun Kumar carries forward again. Turn comes from Ankit Pal, but he goes square to Furlong. Furlong wanted someone down the line, but Jarmanpreet had gone to the baseline. Now it's Draper. Furlong again. Varun Kumar. This is a good ball. Trying, oh dear. Well, he tried to turn and he lost the ball. That was Rajkumar Pal. Under the circumstances, he was doing the right thing, Rajkumar Pal. He had to try and turn around and bring it into the tee.
Now, the Tigers with Finlay on halfway. Forced back by Dilraj. Finlay still has the ball for the Tigers. And that's a good pass forward. It was into the foot, was it? No, it's on. And now Draper in around the back, kept it in play. Desperate defence by Domine, but it's only gone so far, and the shot is wide that time. That was Tommy Willems, wasn't it, with the shot?
It was Williams, a great turn on top of the circle. He just had to put it towards the goal. Just did get the angle right. Puana, that was a strong run. The clearance fell nicely for Williams. A good turn, just going wide.
Very good run by Puvana. Draper now deflected, but it's up in the air and it will be a 16. We've got 35 seconds left. Jugraj, I think, will stroll to the 16. Throws it high as he possibly can. Watched all the way by Furlong. It'll go over the sideline, so it'll be a Tigers ball. And again, there's no need for them to hurry. Short pass into the corner. Pawan watches on as Willems tries to turn. Willems gets onto the forehand. He's beat two of them. Got a free hit for the Tigers. That's been taken quickly by Sukhjit, who's just running the clock down. And there goes the hooter. So it's not to be for the SG Pipers. A great comeback in the end by the Tigers in their final match. They were 2-0 down until the end of the third quarter, where they drew level at 2 apiece. And then Afan Youssef scoring the winner. And that was such a great goal by the Tigers. Such a team goal from them. So Jugraj's team finishes with a win. That is their last round-robin game. And the final score is SG Pipers 2, Shirachi Bengal Tigers 3.
Actually, yes, last match was a hard defeat. We know that tomorrow and Sunday we have two very important games if we want to reach playoff. So we are very focused on the next two matches. I think they are a very structured team. I think they are doing very good in defense. And I think they have a very good PCA, penalty corner attack. So I think we need to be smart on the way of playing. I think in defense we making a lot of mistakes. I think we also in the PCD we are not performing well. And I think to win you need to do good in PCD. At the moment we are not doing good. So I think that is one of the biggest things to improve toward the next matches.
Losing 3 out of 5 is not the way we wanted it to go, but I think looking at the schedule, looking at the standings, every team can beat every team. It looks like that, so I think we're still in the race. France play a really good game of hockey in the Hockey India League. They maybe play the best hockey, to be aware of how they play, how they play structurally. But I think we can beat anyone here, so I'm very looking forward because they're a really good team. Yeah, I mean, Bhubaneswar has always been a great place to play hockey at because it's a big stadium. It's always got good crowds as well. And winning the World Cup here was obviously the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, it's definitely got a special place in our heart.
My name is Rajinder Singh. And I'm playing from Hyderabad Tufans as a midfielder. Really great for me. It was a really great lesson for me that helped me in my Indian team career as well. Now we are here to play another season of HEL, and hopefully we'll play this as a very good. Some of very good players of foreign are in our team. I learned a lot of things from them. Those things are really helpful for me. Our team structure and the way we play and the way we bond with each other, I think that is really special in our team.
Well, one final roar from the Shirachi Bengal Tigers as they were victorious 3-2 over the SG Pipers. We're going to go pitch side now to find out who the player of the match was.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony for the Hero Hockey India League 2026 match between SG Pipers and Shirachi Bengal Tigers. Hero Hockey India League would like to take this opportunity to thank their partners. Title sponsor, Hero Motorcorp. Broadcast partner, DD Sports. Streaming partner, Waves. Official hydration partner, Bisleri. Medical partner, Apollo Hospital. Thank you for your support. And now, please welcome our dignitary to present the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match Award. Mr. Hemant Kumar Thakur, MD, SN Automobiles, Cuttack. And the award for the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match goes to Abhishek Nain from Shirachi Bengal Tigers. Abhishek, please come to this side. First, congratulations जीत के लिए. आपने एक बहुत बेहतरीन वहाँ पर गोल लगाया. एकदम ऐसे लगा कि फुल अटैकिंग मोड में आए और अटैक को भी आपने लीड किया. पहला, इस जीत के मायने कैसे हैं और आपकी अपनी परफॉर्मेंस के मायने?
जीत मैम ज़रूरी थी. लास्ट मैच जो था हमारा वो हमें विन करना था और अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस थी मेरी भी. और मेरे को थोड़ा सा फर्स्ट में इंजरी हो गई थी तो उस वजह से थोड़े से एक मैच मेरा मिस हो गया था. लेकिन एंड ऑफ द डे हमने लास्ट मैच विन किया है. अभी भी हमारे चांसेस हैं. अभी भी 1-2% चांस है हमारे. होप सो देखते हैं क्या हुआ.
I love the spirit. Thank you for talking to us. Congratulations. Thanks a lot. That was Abhishek Nain, जिन्होंने बेहतरीन परफॉर्मेंस आज की है. And that's it from the post-match presentation ceremony.
So Abhishek receives the player of the match as we look at the highlights from that game, which The first half totally dominated, you would say, by the Delhi SG Pipers. It was a brilliant finish by Dilraj in just the 4th minute. Good build-up and a lovely run by Aditya Lage. This was one that they thought they'd got, but was actually disallowed as Rajkumar Pal's pass into the circle was a backstick. Penalty corner to Thomas Dominic, and it was deflected off the stick of Abhishek. That was in the 31st minute, just after the half-time break, and the Pipers had a 2-0 lead. Pawan made a sharp save, and a ricochet meant a penalty corner. Jugraj this time flicked, and it was through Pawan, and that was a lifeline in the 44th minute for the Tigers. Over the top it came from Bakard. Abhishek had a lot to do here. Managed to turn Brambam Batam and beat Pawan, and it was all level in the 45th minute. That meant the Tigers could attack in the final quarter. Wonderful run forward. It was a really good team goal. Afan Youssef finishing it off after a good pass from Sukhjit, but that started inside their own half, and it was fitting that they won with such a well-crafted team goal. So unfortunately for the Pipers, they are rooted to the bottom of the table, and you feel that now they have no chance of making the top 4. Tigers, though, move into the top 4. They just have 1 point more than the Tufans, but the Tufans still have a game to play. And just below them, of course, are the Dragons, and the Dragons will be playing in the next match here tonight against the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers. We look forward to your company on that one.